my king! Not my king!
I don't believe in hereditary monarchy.
It's a psychological toll of saying, look, these people are born special.
Why are you wasting our money?
Interest is going down and that's a big problem for them.
We just don't need royalty anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now with the royals. And with a new reigning monarch,
God save the king!
it sparked some pretty big debates on the monarchy's place in the modern world.
Relevance is absolutely crucial to the monarchy. The big threat to the future of the House of Windsor is not mobs storming the gate, it's not revolution, it's becoming irrelevant.
So why do people think they're becoming irrelevant? I mean, they were once relevant, right? Right. You see, the monarchy is the oldest form of government in the United Kingdom. And once upon a time, the royal family were an absolute monarchy, which meant they basically had control over everything. Check. But in 1688, they became a constitutional monarchy, which meant the royals stayed the head of state.
But an elected government now had all the power. Checkmate.
Oh. I didn't see that coming. The UK's not the only constitutional monarchy. In fact, a bunch of other countries share the same monarch as their head of state. And all these countries are part of the Commonwealth realm, including us. So how did that happen? Well, as a way to grow the British Empire, England explored the ocean in search of more land to build new colonies and trade valuable resources. But this often came at the expense of the people who already lived in those places.
Take a trip to any Caribbean island, any country that was under the grip of colonialism, you will see poverty. You will see where the resources have been taken from the land and placed in the wealthy.
Australia is no exception. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have lived on this continent for tens of thousands of years. But in 1770, Captain Cook declared Australia as terra nullius, or land belonging to no one. And although this wasn't the case, the land was claimed for the British Crown. And a couple of hundred years later, when Australia became a federation, we got a Prime Minister, but kept a British King. Over the years, lots of people have debated whether that should change.
Shouldn't our head of state be an Aussie?
You're smart enough.
It was certainly old enough.
We can take it from here.
And the coronation of King Charles III has brought the issue up again.
It's so just outdated. It's so un-Australian. It's not symbolic of who we are as a nation.
There's nothing wrong with having the Crown and the Constitution, because if it was a problem, people would be marching in the street about it.
I want to see an Australian as Australia's head of state, but we have to respect the institutions which are there, which Australians have put in place.
God forbid, it's about time we stood on our own 2 feet. And we don't need a quick king and queen to do that. We can actually do it all by ourselves.
Other countries are talking about change too.
We're looking at holding the referendum in 2024.
Ideally, I think, in time, New Zealand will become a fully independent country. We'll stand on our own 2 feet in the world, as we by and large do now.
It's an issue people are still divided on both here and in other Commonwealth countries. But what do you guys think?
If Australia became a republic, I wouldn't really care.
I'd rather a monarch.
I think he's going to do a really good job being king.
The king or queen of England doesn't live in Australia, so they don't know what we're like or the people's like. And I think the government's got it in control.
Yeah, I wish I could actually meet him.
And one more message for the king. I believe that if he's a football fan, he shouldn't have high expectations for England winning anything anytime soon.